Welcome to Podnutz Daily for April 1st, 2009, episode number 158. Wow. There's an awesome statistics program I'm using. It's called Woopra, W-O-O-P-R-A. Been using it. I signed up in the beta about 2 years ago, and it's still beta, actually. So if you guys ever want to track your stats, this is the program, like on a website. You want to track your stats on a website, this is the program to use. It's so awesome because it shows you in real time who's visiting your website, how many people are on your website, whether it's live or let's see. Let me see if I can load it up real quick. Let's see how many people are at Podnutz right now. Okay, there's that. Let's put this on desktop view. See if you guys could see it. Okay, check this out. Where's desktop view? The main screen. Okay, that should be working now. Well, it's not. Anyway, there's a cool program called Woopra, and it shows you in real time who's on your website, where they're from, what browser they're using, what kind of computer they're using, what page they're looking at that present time. It even gives you the option of IMing them on your website. They would basically see a little pop-up window going, hey, I'm the administrator, or whatever you say, while they're visiting your site. It's really powerful. I mean, it sounds a little shady, but I liked, and it's got a little, like a ticker at the bottom. It like shows all different stats going across, like the stock market, you know, that little ticker. And it just really allows you to like stay completely on top of your website, see who's visiting it, when they're visiting it. I like to have it on, like on a separate monitor, just running all the time. I see how many people are on Podnutz, what time of day they're on, where they're from, what browsers are using, that kind of thing. Get a lot of good information about running your website. All right, let me close Woopra down now so we don't crash anything. And here's a site I stumbled across, butterscotch.com. And I didn't take a lot of time to check it out. I don't really know completely what it is. But it appears that it's a site for tech tools. Let me punch it up real quick. Butterscotch. There it is. Butterscotch, it's beta. It says tasty tech, delicious downloads. And where did I see if it was tech downloads? It's geeky stuff. It looks like some pretty geeky stuff. And on the right hand column, it looks like there's a lot of downloads. Registry Mechanic. What do we got here? Acrobat, Presto, WinZip, SyncBack Etsy. It looks like it might be a promising site for some pretty cool stuff, so that might be something to watch out for. I just stumbled upon it. Didn't have a long time to check it out. I don't even know if it's really crap yet or not, but it looks pretty cool so far. Okay, some tech stuff here, some computer repair stuff. Automatic updates. I have mentioned this before, but let's talk about it again. Well, not often. Sometimes you'll get a computer that has it won't be able to get automatic updates. No matter what you do, you cannot turn that automatic updates button on in the security center or the control panel and in the security center. Or the button's just grayed out completely. You can't even press it. If that's the case, right, what you got to do to fix automatic updates is basically you have to manually go to Windows Update and download. As soon as you try to download the latest updates, it's going to say, look, your update installer is broken. We have to register all these files first before we can update anything. And you go, okay, go right ahead. It downloads what it needs to download, fixes automatic update in the process, and gets you the latest update. So if you're ever having a problem turning on automatic updates, just manually do a Windows Update. You go to the Start button. You look under Windows Update in the list of programs. Click it, and then you should be okay. It should turn automatic updates back on. Because it'll see that there's an error happening there. My dad was cleaning out malware out of computers today. It is April 1st. We'll talk about that Conflicker thing a little later. My dad was cleaning out computers today and broke a personal record for amount of malware on a computer that Malwarebytes did find. And this is after he ran Trojan Remover. Malwarebytes found 1,830 pieces of malware on this machine. Then we run super anti-spyware. That found a ton as well. So this thing was just the limit. I can't believe it ran. I can't believe, actually, after all that was cleaned up, it still ran. But Malwarebytes did it. Yes, even in the chat room, you guys are saying, wow. So I know that must be a big number. Speaking of Malwarebytes, I did an interview with the lead researcher / vice president of Malwarebytes yesterday. It's awesome. This guy's so smart. His name's Bruce. And he gave me some great information about Malwarebytes, about viruses, about spyware, how to use Malwarebytes, whether you should run the full scan or the quick scan, what's the difference between those two, what's good about the paid version, what's the deal with these spyware creators, did they ever try to attack him personally, this kind of stuff. Pretty awesome. So it goes for about an hour. I'm releasing that on probably midnight Friday, Saturday, maybe in the morning, around that area. I'll Twitter it when I'm ready. So if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you won't know when the latest things are coming out. So go to twitter.com/podnutz. Follow me on Twitter if you want the latest updates. Because whenever I release something, I Twitter it. That's the fastest, most effective way to make an announcement to anybody interested in Podnutz. So follow me on Twitter if you're not doing that. I don't have a complex about how many followers I have. I like to have a quick way, though, of announcing something to anybody who cares. So that's the best way to do it, and that's what I use Twitter for. So Malwarebytes, check that out this weekend. Let's see what else we got here. Here's a computer I've never seen this symptom before. It's an HP laptop, one of those nice limited edition ones, the white ones, a DV6000 with like the nice white cover. It's got a white trim. All the keys are silver. It's like kind of sleek version. And it was like 15-inch. Well, when you power it on, you see the picture perfectly. Everything's fine on the screen. Then after about 5 seconds, a series of lines go across the screen. Like the screen is broken. Like the screen's messed up. And then after 5 seconds, the lines go away and the perfect picture comes back. And then you wait 5 more seconds, the lines come back. And it cycles through this whole cycle and doesn't stop. Now, you would think whenever you see lines in a screen, most of the time the screen is bad. So the way I test that is I hook up an external monitor. If I get a good picture on an external monitor, I know the screen's bad. So I hooked up an external monitor. On the external monitor, everything's perfect. So I said, well, it seems like it's the screen, but that whole thing where it pulses back and forth, very odd, not typical. And if the screen was bad, it probably wouldn't show a perfect picture at any point. Let alone for like 5 seconds. So I tried another screen, a screen I had laying around, which was a broken screen, but just to see what it would do.